Primary results are in. Who's moving on in the open seat for Milwaukee mayor?
Plans for a new center in Madison receiving a major donation this Black History Month.
And temperatures hanging out in the 40s today before a drop tonight. We're going to be talking about snow chances as well.
It is a nice, mild Wednesday morning. It felt kind of nice when you stepped out the door this morning, didn't it?
If you don't mind no snow.
I know.
Feels pretty nice out there.
I would love to see a nice fresh blanket of snow across everything.
You know what they call this? False spring.
There we go.
We got second winter coming, hopefully. Chris Reese has his fingers crossed. He is tracking a potential storm that might be coming our way in the extended forecast. We'll get to him in just a bit. But first, primary election day is over here in Wisconsin, and voters are narrowing down the candidates for school and county board seats.
All right, here in Madison, there were no primaries for the city, but in our viewing area, 2 towns did vote in mayoral primaries. First in Portage, incumbent Rick Dodd. He's been mayor there since 2016. He's moving on. He got 42% of the vote. Challenger Mitchell Craig got 41%, so those two will square off in April.
And in Boscobel, a close election. As a reminder, your vote counts. 3 candidates were running to fill the seat vacated by retiring Mayor Steve Wetter. A close one overnight. Brenda Kalish and Robin Baumeister are moving on. Kurt Hoper didn't make the cut by only 3 votes.
3 votes.
3 votes.
Moving on to Broadhead, the city asking voters to exceed the levy limits imposed by the state by $200,000 over the next 5 years to meet growing cost concerns. It would have been an average tax increase of about $100 on a $100,000 home, but that referendum failed. You can see all the results on our website this morning, channel3000.com, or open up the mobile app. You can download it for free in your app store if you don't have it.
And in Milwaukee, a key mayoral primary now in the books. It's to fill the seat of former long-term mayor Tom Barrett. He recently accepted a job, as you know, with the Biden administration as ambassador to Luxembourg. Of the 7 candidates, 2 now moving on. Interim Mayor Cavalier Johnson and former Alderman Bob Donovan will now face off in the general election. That is scheduled for mid-April.
More local news now. 3 people in the hospital this morning, including 2 Middleton police officers. It follows a crash on Century Avenue. The driver of the other vehicle was a 26-year-old man. We know that he suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries. He is cited for operating while intoxicated, causing injury. The status of the 2 Middleton PD employees has yet to be released.
The folks behind Madison's planned Center for Black Excellence know their ask to the community is big, but they're announcing some exciting news that they hope will spur others to support their dream.
Dr. Alex G., a leader in creating the center, was elated by this most recent donation. A donator told us, hopefully, this is just the start. Our Brad Hamilton has more.
Fundraising to reach nearly $40 million doesn't come all at once. But today, Dr. G got a nice chunk of it.
It's blowing me away because this means true partnership.
G and the Center for Black Excellence announced a combined $1 million donation, helping the center get another step closer to reality.
My dream is that we get to celebrate that we help to put Madison on the map for true inclusivity.
Dr. G is one of the visionaries behind the center, and his goal lately has been seeking donations, both big and small.
It's not a bailout. We're not asking them to come and help our struggling community. We're saying we've got a great story, we've got great history, and this partnership helps us to tell it.
The center, based on Madison's South Side, would feature an atrium, 2 theaters, a recording studio, and much more, all designed by Black business leaders, architects, and artists, and all to showcase Black excellence.
Personally, for me, is I've had a few Black executives in this community who have left. And I think that I had very good professional relationship with them and personal relationships with them, but I don't know how it was for them to live in this community. And Madison is a great place to live, but there's other work to be done.
Findorf CEO Jim Yelly is among 10 business executives in Dane County who personally helped chip in towards today's $1 million gift. Now, his group's hope is to recruit others to join in on their effort to slowly turn financial blocks into building blocks.
If you haven't been asked, don't worry, we're going to come and ask you.
Brad Hamilton reporting for us there. Dr. G says overall the center has raised $11 million so far. Their ultimate goal is to raise $36 million. Now, the center will also include a special monument highlighting Black leaders in our community.
This morning, our McKenna Alexander is previewing what that exhibit will look like. Hey, McKenna.
Good morning, you guys. Well, Reverend David Smith, a member of the center's advisory council, says this monument will serve our community with the ability to honor and celebrate its past and present.
The thing that the Black Center of Excellence wants to make sure that people understand that the celebration of Black history is not just about a one-month celebration. We really want to extend it so that it's a yearly celebration, celebrating not just our national heroes, but the local heroes that we have here in Madison.
Smith says that the monument will be inscribed with the names of Black community members of generations before, including his mother. The monument is scheduled to break ground in late 2022, with doors opening in late 2023.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, McKenna.
To the tensions now between Russia and Ukraine. President Biden says the U.S. stands prepared to respond if Russia does indeed invade.
Russia claims it's beginning to withdraw some of its forces from along the Ukraine border, but the U.S. says it has yet to see any signs of de-escalation.
This is about more than just Russia and Ukraine. It's about standing for what we believe in. We have not yet verified the Russian military units are returning to their home bases. Indeed, our analysts indicate that they remain very much in a threatening position.
A U.S. official tells CBS News that Russia has now moved rocket launchers and long-range artillery into firing positions. Ukraine says it's come under cyber attacks, too, on some government agencies, as well as Ukraine's largest bank. It's not clear if Russia is behind those attacks, though. Russian President Vladimir Putin says he wants NATO to stop their expansion into Eastern Europe, citing it as a threat to Russia's national security.
6:06 now. Chris Reese is here with your First Warn weather, your certified most accurate, and 3 things to know to start your Wednesday, Chris.
I thought about calling in sick with spring fever this morning just because of how warm things are, but then I realized I still like winter, and this is just full spring number 1. We still have winters 2, 3, and 4 to go before we actually get to real spring. But that being said, it's a mild morning, and we are talking rain chances and then snow for some as we start to move throughout the rest of this week. Here we are, a storm system. It's this little guy spinning throughout parts of SoCal this morning, working its way into Arizona. That's going to eject out of the desert southwest and ultimately towards the upper Midwest, but it's all about timing because we also have this cold front producing some snow showers from Wyoming into the Dakotas. How far south that front gets really begins to impact how far south the storm tracks as well. And just as we've seen all winter long, odds favor this storm really kind of missing us to the south. This is model number 1. It was farthest to the north. I was on the air yesterday evening showing you this same model. And if you remember, it had snowflakes all the way up towards Green Bay. That's just how far south things have trended there. Still, model number 2 has also come a little bit farther to the north. We still have our rain, but it's far enough north now that it starts to bring snow touching the Wisconsin state line, whereas yesterday it was south of Chicago with that snow altogether. So we're starting to see some middle ground in the model data. That's where I feel we're going to be most likely to wind up with things, somewhere in the middle of the two, where some folks in southern Wisconsin will see some flakes, but overall most of this stays to our south. We're at 41 right now. Our wind chill is at 34. Janesville, you're at 45. It's 46 in Boscobel. Milwaukee checked, still at 49. Milwaukee did make it to 50 earlier today, so one of the first spots in Wisconsin so far to make it to 50 degrees, but their temperature hanging out in the 40s now. We're staying in the 40s for most of us today. At 1 o'clock, it's 49 in Janesville, 44 in Madison as rain begins to break out, 30s just to the north and west, and watch how temperatures begin to drop by 8:30. We're at 34, 20s to our north and west, and then perhaps around midnight, a couple of snowflakes. I cannot rule that out before all is said and done. Our system tomorrow, again, mainly across southeast Wisconsin, perhaps 1 to 3 inches there. Some flurries at night, and then I'm starting to watch the middle of next week. Right now, it looks to trend to our north with maybe a mix, some rain and snow, but as we've seen about things trending to the north this winter, they all tend to take a southern shift. So if that's the case, early next week could be fun.
We're going to keep an eye on it. I know you got your fingers crossed. You're going to continue to track it every day.
I just need something winter around here.
All right. Chris Reese, thank you very much.
Coming up, with prices going up on just about everything these days, we'll share some simple ways to save.
It's a brotherhood, you know, and it isn't just a brotherhood within Highland.
And Southwest Wisconsin support for the families of the fallen firefighters in Mineral Point. How you can join the effort this weekend in Highland.
Don't miss the biggest mattress sale this weekend. The Mattress Marathon is at Ashley's biggest President's Day sale. Get the guaranteed best offer at Wisconsin's #1 mattress retailer. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Only at Ashley.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit. Don't wait a moment longer to reveal the new you.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
This is the purpose-built Ford F-150. It's a beast with brains. You know what? Skip this video. Go see one at the auto show.
It's auto show time, the best time to buy a Ford F-150 with ways to power up this and that. Work smarter. Muscle for most anything. Plus, special auto show offers to help you bring one home today. Now get a 2021 F-150 with 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus 1,000 auto show bonus cash.
At Pick and Save, we believe fresh is all about standards. That's why we do up to a 27-point inspection on our produce. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more, keeping only the best of the best on our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
I want to have $1 million when I retire.
Oh, great goal.
So where do I start?
Well, first you set up automatic transfers into savings. That can add up pretty quickly.
For me, working on putting $1,000 into an emergency fund got me in a good saving habit.
Already on it.
Then put together a plan to get rid of debt and maximize your investments. You know, Summit helped me do.
Oh, that's great. I love how Summit gives people the knowledge and confidence to go after their goals. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
This weekend only, get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 65% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in-store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin is on now at Ashley.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
A story of Southwest Wisconsin support out of my hometown, Highland, this morning. Firefighters and first responders are trying to raise money in honor of the 2 fallen firefighters in Mineral Point, killed on duty in a car crash last month. These are fellow men of service that many of Highland's firefighters knew well. We talked to Fire Chief Kurt James about why they're stepping up.
We felt that if it happened right here in Highland, that, you know, I'm sure other communities around would be willing to jump in and do the same thing.
Fire Captain Brian Bush and firefighter James Ludlam were killed while responding to another crash in mid-January. The fire truck they were in was turning into an emergency crossover when it was hit by a semi just outside of Mineral Point. So here's how you can join my friends in Highland in giving back to the families of these 2 men. They are hosting a chicken barbecue to raise money. It's happening this Sunday, January 20th, at the Red Zone in Highland, starting at 11 a.m. There's a drive-through, so you better believe cars are going to be lined up well before 11. You can also pre-order your chicken meal. It comes with half chicken and all of the sides. You get coleslaw, baked beans, chips, and a bun. All you have to do is call the Red Zone at that number right there on your screen. The day of, there will also be a silent auction, meat paddles, a euchre tournament.
Does it get any better?
Everything you could possibly need, folks. A short drive to Highland to help benefit the families of the firefighters out of Mineral Point. Lots of people already stepping up to help. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll thank some of the individuals and organizations donating their time and talents for this event. We also have an ask of area firefighters, so stay tuned for that.
You think there's going to be a big turnout on Sunday? So you might want to get there early before the food is gone.
I think Southwest Wisconsin alone will really step up. They're hoping to raise $15,000. They're already getting some monetary donations, so be early if you're headed out there, and I'll be there nice and early too, so I'd love to see you.
Okay, on to inflation now. This is a huge problem, not just in Wisconsin, but across the country.
It was touched on briefly by Governor Evers last night in his State of the State address, and more extensively in the Republican response. Christina Laurie reports.
Inflation is up. It's up.
There's no way around it. Consumer prices are going up faster than predicted.
It's something we've been talking about for a while. We've been seeing higher and higher prices throughout the last several months.
AAA says gasoline is up 40% in the last 12 months, tied with used cars. Travel costs between 20 and 30% more, while food prices are up at both restaurants and grocery stores.
Your purchasing power, the amount that you can spend in the economy, is diminishing, and there's no getting around that.
Moody's estimates that price hikes are costing the average family an extra $276 a month.
I always tell people, remember that when you took that Econ 101 course?
So why is this happening?
When demand is high and supply is low, that drives prices up.
According to the Labor Department, the main problems still have to do with the supply chain and staffing. That means although workers are making more money, wages are up nearly 6%, they simply can't keep up with inflation, now approaching 10%.
So until we can bring supply back to meet demand,
that means a lot of Americans are falling behind every single pay period.
Reporting in Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
Here are a few simple things you can do to save some money right now, especially at the grocery store. AAA suggests buying basics in bulk when you can, planning meals ahead of time, and buying generic store brands.
All right, 6:16 now. Let's turn over to Chris Reese with your first warn weather, certified most accurate. Hey, Chris.
Hello, good morning. We're talking about raindrops that are going to arrive. There we go. Later on this afternoon and evening. This is 1:30. Some of us will be seeing a little bit of rain. That goes over to snow around midnight. This is light snow, just a couple of flurries. Then that moves on out of here. Tomorrow we'll see more snow trying to move into the picture. Most of this won't make it to the ground. We're going to see dry air. So your snow chance, that's really going to be along and southeast of I-43 from Milwaukee over to Janesville. So really Racine and Kenosha counties, that's the best shot to get much of anything before we start to dry things out. All right, so we start to look at next week, and there's already signs of colder air trying to move in as a system begins to eject out of the plains again. Right now, the trend is for that to be to our north. So if we go with the trend of the winter, perhaps that storm track will shift a little bit farther to the south. That's something to see. Model number 1 has the rain and snow to our north, really, while we are all in the warm sector. But look at just how close things are. Meanwhile, model number 2, it's a little bit farther to the south, comes in a couple of waves, and that brings us all snow from not one, but perhaps 2 systems as we go through next week. I'm not quite sure I buy that just yet, but we're going to watch it just like we watch the roadways every day. This is the Beltline as it goes over the Yahara River, one of my favorite spots in Madison, just to watch the lakes out there. So far, we're not talking issues, but it is going to be a little damp out there today with melting snow and those raindrops that are coming down. You look at the traffic maps and things continue to be all green. This has been really a pandemic perk lately, if you can find the silver lining, but it's been like 2 years since we've had big traffic issues at this time. It's just quiet.
Knock on some wood, Chris Reese.
I will knock on wood, but it has been a while. Typically, you know, we'd get to this part of the morning and it was like, oh, we're seeing traffic here, we're seeing it there, but no, since the pandemic, that hasn't been much of a thing.
We'll take it. Thank you, Chris. Oh. Millipore Sigma is looking to recruit some new members to its manufacturing facilities in Wisconsin. With their business expanding, the company is hoping to recruit 100 people. Right now, they're hiring people at all different levels for the corporation, ranging from scientists and PhDs to entry-level candidates.
A new role in operations, distribution, shipping, receiving. So there's a great way to get a career where we'll train you and build up skills and grow with a really fantastic company.
If you're interested, you can put your information on their website. It's MilliporeSigmaMadison.com. A member of their team will then contact you to set up a virtual interview.
All right, Broadway's Tony Award-winning Best Musical Hairspray coming to the Overture Center. We're giving you a chance to win tickets to opening night.
All you have to do is go to our website and answer our question of the day. And we're asking you today, do you think you're a good singer?
And we are asking you your opinion on yourself. Chris Stanford keeps weighing in. He doesn't think I'm very good.
Is like kind of, you can put kind of as an answer. We'd accept that, right?
Is that how you're describing me?
That's how I would answer myself.
Oh, okay.
I think if you are answering for yourself, you would say you're an excellent singer.
I'll be a little humbler. I think I'm okay.
You sing with a lot of confidence. I'll give you that.
Chris has been giving me some crap all day about this.
She's got a very unique singing voice. It's rich with vibrato. It rumbles the walls. You really gear up when you're ready. When you go for it, you go all in, take a deep breath, and you just let it out.
What can I say? I grew up in a church choir.
It shows.
Thank you.
It shows.
I think.
All right, go to the website, answer our question of the day, and you could win some tickets to opening night of Hairspray. 6:20 now, the return of a legendary sports car. A look at how the DeLorean is headed into the future.
And ahead in our next half hour, what you missed in Governor Evers' State of the State address last night.
This portion of News 3 Now is brought to you by Shopko Optical.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Come experience Floor & Decor's grand opening in Monona. With our unmatched selection of tile, wood, stone, laminate, vinyl, and more, all at everyday low prices, at Floor & Decor, you'll discover the perfect products for shopping on trend and on budget, all in one stop. Plus, our helpful associates make realizing your vision easy from start to finish, so your upgrade has never been more you. Discover your new Floor & Decor, now open in Monona, or visit us online at flooranddecor.com.
For over 50 years, Purina Cat Chow has been helping cats feel at home with trusted nutrition. No wonder it's the #1 dry cat food in America. Come home to Cat Chow.
Shop the President's Day sale and save at Grand Appliance. Great deals like this Samsung 4.5 cubic foot front load washer with steam for just $748, or this 22 cubic foot LG French door fridge for just $1398. But that's not all. Exclusively at Grand, you can also add up to $250 in extra savings on select purchases of our most popular brands. Don't wait. Shop online or in store at Grand Appliance, the appliance experts since 1930.
I knew I had to take charge of my life. I didn't recognize myself. Now with Jenny Craig, I've lost 27 pounds and 3.5 inches.
Introducing the revolutionary Max Up, the one-stop, most effective weight loss solution. Limited time offer. Join now.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox today.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Well, Well, here's a lovely rural Wisconsin scene. Got some old barns, beautiful landscape, old silo. Love these kind of pictures. Want to thank Melissa for sharing her morning with us. She used the hashtag MyNews3Mornings. We could find it on social media. You can do the same, and maybe your picture will wind up on the air.
Now, Chris, you loved this picture earlier, and I just want to give the viewers at 624 the same opportunity to experience what they had at 524. So talk about what you loved here.
The foundation, the stone foundation to an old barn. It's just nothing like it. You can't build them like that anymore. And I love it whenever, you know, the barn falls down and they rebuild a new barn on top of the original foundation. I always think that that's so cool and quite an engineering feat too. And it kind of looks like what they did here. So if you see, there are so many old barns, fewer and fewer around Wisconsin these days. But if you see one, snap a picture and send it our way. We'd love to show it.
If you and Amy could redo it, would you get married in one of these barns?
Oh, yeah, that would be great. Barn
weddings seem to be all the thing nowadays, all the rave.
There you go. It beats the Holiday Inn in Stevens Point. Where we but it was, that would be cool. That would be really cool. And what we're seeing in these pictures more and more these days, Chris, is less snow. There's just really not much left out there.
I know. I really wish we could get a good snow event. So we're actually more than 20 inches in deficit of snow for the season.
20
yes, and we average about 50 inches. We've only had 16 inches so far this year. So, I mean, there's still room to make up some of that deficit, but no real snow in the forecast. In fact, today we're actually tracking raindrops. So your bus stop forecast, maybe grab the umbrella as you begin to head out. Not a ton of heavy rain. Things are going to be light. We'll be in the 40s at pickup, 40s at drop-off as well, but those temperatures in the 40s at drop-off are really going to be coming down. It is 41 right now. Our wind chill at 34. You plan out the day, by 7 o'clock, we're back at 35. I can't rule out some folks see a couple of snowflakes before all is said and done later on this evening, especially around midnight. But I'll tell you something else that I am watching. Monday and Tuesday, perhaps some other chances for snow next week.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Stick around, folks. Another half an hour of News 3 Now this morning, right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hey everybody, it's me, Tracy Turnblad from Hairspray. Broadway's Tony Award-winning Best Musical is back. Don't miss Hairspray.
At Overture, February 22nd through 27th. Tickets at overture.org.
Join the adventure when your favorite Disney friends visit your hometown at Disney on Ice presents Into the Magic. Tickets on sale now. Coming to Alliant Energy Center March 10th through the 13th. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
A must in your medicine cabinet. Less sick days.
Cold coming on? Zicam's the #1 cold shortening brand.
Highly recommended.
Zifans love Zicam's unique zinc formula.
It shortens colds.
Zicam Zinc That Cold.
Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2022. Nominate your favorites online, including Two Men and a Truck, Movers Who Care, Best Moving Company. Nominate Two Men and a Truck today at madisonmagazine.com.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the fan favorite cowboy pizza right now at papamurphys.com.
Trains are coming to Madison, in miniature that is, at the 54th Mad City Model Railroad Show, February 19th and 20th at the Alliant Energy Center. Get caught up in 90,000 square feet of trains, clinics, and exhibits, with almost 300 vendor tables featuring train merchandise, toys, hobby supplies, railroad antiques, collectibles, and much more. Many door prizes and 4 train sets will be given away each day. It's a great entertainment value for the whole family. Saturday and Sunday, February 19th and 20th at the Alliant Energy Center. Save online.
When searching for your dream home, it's important to figure out what style of home you like. Victorian, cottage, Tudor. It's also important to protect your home and all the dreams that come with it. When looking for your dream home, keep in mind good things come in pairs, like dual sinks, Jonathan and me, and pairing your home and auto insurance, which can get you one step closer to achieving your dream. Pretty sure people call it bundling. Bundle your home and auto insurance and save up to 28%. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance.
Hey everybody, it's me, Tracy Turnblad from Hairspray, Broadway's Tony Award-winning Best Musical, and we're dancing our way to your city. Don't miss Hairspray.
At Overture, February 22nd through 27th. Tickets at overture.org.
I still believe, as I said 3 years ago, that there is more that unites us than divides us.
This morning, we are breaking down last night's State of the State address.
And honoring the fallen firefighters from Mineral Point, how you can support their families through an effort in southwest Wisconsin this weekend.
Lots of cloud cover this morning and a whole lot of warmth. Let's talk about it in the First One forecast.
Is it like that blanket analogy? Like if there are clouds out there and it's warm, like does the blanket keep the warm air down? Is that what's going on there? All right, yeah, nice and mild out this morning in the 40s. I am loving it. But the big story this morning is last night's State of the State address. Governor Evers once again trying to push for a $150 surplus check for every Wisconsinite.
Yeah, he's calling for a special session of the legislature to make it happen. It was just one of his talking points during last night's address. He took the chance to set up his agenda for his possible last year in office, while also trying to set himself up for a successful re-election campaign. Some of the top priorities from last night's address: touting tax cuts, the state's low unemployment rate, and the $1 billion in federal funds that he's doled out to businesses to help recover from the pandemic.
These efforts have been critical for our economic recovery, and we've worked hard to get support out the door as quickly as we can possibly do it.
It was a pretty standard State of the State address. During the speech, with Democrats from both the Senate and the Assembly vocally supporting the governor frequently during the speech. Meanwhile, Republicans staying stoic. After the address, Speaker Robin Vos being vocal of his disagreements with the speech, saying the tax cuts Evers touted were the Republicans doing and did not appreciate him taking credit.
We saw again tonight was the exact same empty rhetoric and campaign promises that are nothing more than focused on his 2022 re-election and not on what the real needs of Wisconsin are.
Governor Evers also announcing he wants to invest tens of millions of dollars in the National Guard, school mental health services, and supporting emergency medical services. Speaker Vos did tell reporters that he shared appreciation for the National Guard and getting them the resources they need.
Before the address yesterday morning, about 200 people gathered inside the state capitol to call on Speaker Vos to decertify the results of the 2020 election. Republican representatives Janelle Brandon and Tim Ramthun, who recently announced his bid for governor, headlined that rally. Other election conspiracy theorists also spoke to the crowd. Several at the rally held signs reading "Trump won." Republican leaders and other state lawyers have said it is impossible to overturn the election. The 2020 election has been audited, reviewed, and upheld over and over in multiple lawsuits, reviews, and recounts. Now, if you would like to go back and watch the full State of the State address or learn more about the policies the governor is hoping to enact before November, we have all of that coverage over on our mobile app. If you don't have it already, just search Channel 3000 News in your app store.
More state news now. During yesterday's busy day at the Capitol, the Wisconsin Assembly took its first serious steps toward a constitutional amendment to reform the cash bail system. The Republican-driven push clearing the Assembly started in the wake of the Waukesha parade tragedy. This proposed constitutional amendment would allow judges to not just consider a defendant's likelihood to return to court when setting cash bail, it would also allow them to consider other risks to public safety for violent offenders. While some Democrats signed on to the bill, others said it wasn't the right change.
We are called to act to change our pretrial release system in Wisconsin, and I'm standing today in favor of changing our system, though I will be voting against AJR 107 because I believe it makes the wrong type of change to fix our pretrial release system.
The system is falling apart because we have record crime and people who are repeat offenders, and the people inside the system who are supposed to protect society are saying that they have no tools other than to let people out on cheap bail. Well, if that's true, this amendment fixes that.
A change to cash bail in Wisconsin requires a change to the Constitution, which is no easy feat. It takes two different legislatures passing a constitutional amendment in both chambers with an election in between. And once that happens, it would go to a voter referendum for the ultimate up or down vote.
The Dane County District Attorney's Office now concluding no Madison police officers will face any criminal charges. This follows the officer shooting on State Street last fall. According to the DA's review, when officers were trying to take a 19-year-old into custody, he pulled out a gun and fired a single round. A shell casing from his gun was found on scene. An officer then responded by firing one shot as well. That bullet hit another officer.
The man whose family claims he was shot several times in the back during his arrest last month is expected to face new drug charges today. Officials with the DA's office say that Quadron Wilson he already has one case filed and another still under review. Law enforcement officials have shared few details about the events leading up to Wilson's arrest and shooting. Students at La Follette High School showing their support for Wilson yesterday, taking part in a walkout. During the demonstration, students asked for transparency from law enforcement and justice for Wilson. Right now, Wilson is being held in the Dane County Jail.
6:35 now. Chris Reese with your certified most accurate forecast. Hey, Chris.
Hey, look at that. More clouds out there. Temperatures, get this, are into the 40s for us this morning, and there is more where that came from. We are hanging out at 41. Winds out of the south and southwest at 11 miles per hour. Our wind chill coming into the 30s, but check out Janesville at 45. It's 43 in Mineral Point, 46 in Boscobel. Milwaukee made it to 50 earlier this morning. They're at 49 right now. Kenosha coming in at 48. We will keep these temperatures into the 40s for some time before they begin to drop. Right now, though, a lot of spots almost 40 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. Fond du Lac, 39 degrees warmer, 38 degrees warmer in Camp Douglas. Almost all of the Midwest is seeing a surge of warmer temperatures this morning, but there's a cold front on the way. It's 44 in Des Moines, 24 in Sioux Falls, 34 in Omaha, 23 in the Twin Cities. Meanwhile, 50s begin to show up right along St. Louis. But there's snowflakes flying with that cold front. Where this cold front sits later on this afternoon and evening, that determines how much in the way of really snow flurries we see, but how far south that front gets really determines how far south tomorrow's snow event gets as well. So this is 1:30 this afternoon. You see that front right on top of us. You're at 49 in Janesville, 39 in Camp Douglas. Rain showers are breaking out. By the time we get you towards midnight, that's where we could see a couple of snowflakes as that front continues to push on through. This does not amount to much at all, and neither does this. This is tomorrow's snow event. Most of the deeper moisture associated with this, friends, that stays well to our south. But as you work your way along and south of I-43, that connecting interstate between Milwaukee and Janesville, this is where your best chance to pick up perhaps an inch or two of snow is going to be. We'll clear out behind it as temperatures begin to drop. In fact, we go down to 2 Thursday night into Friday, but back up to 47 on Sunday. We are watching that system for Monday and Tuesday next week. A lot of the models have it to our north right now, and if we go with the trend of the winter, that could be the storm for us to watch.
Okay, we know you'll keep tracking it. Chris Reese, thank you very much. Take a look at this new video just into the newsroom. A huge fire breaking out on a highway on Long Island overnight after a gas tanker there overturned into a building, then burst into flames. Just an unbelievable sight there. More than 13,000 gallons of oil were spilled on the road, flames reaching more than 60 feet high. Traffic has been stopped as a result of the fire, authorities sealing off the scene. The truck driver and 2 firefighters have been taken to the hospital. We're going to continue to follow this story. We'll bring you updates right here on News 3 Now. The Afghan refugee site at Fort McCoy now closing operations. The fort says the final refugee has left the facility. At one time, upwards of 13,000 lived there after the hectic evacuation and withdrawal process from Afghanistan. By the end of January, 2,400 remained, the rest being resettled across the country. The final group left yesterday. 6:38 now. The Center for Black Excellence and Culture here in Madison, one step closer to reality after a $1 million donation was granted yesterday.
A special monument also included in the center's plans. And our McKenna Alexander joins us more to talk about that. Hey, McKenna.
Yeah, hey, you guys. Members of the Center's Advisory Council tell me this monument will serve to be a permanent piece of recognition for Madison's Black leaders. Now, the monument will have the names of generations of families in our area, one of them being Reverend David Smith's mother.
A lot of work, a lot of sweat, and a lot of tears has happened from a lot of leaders right here in Madison. So in promoting our national heroes, as we always do, we also want to make sure that our local heroes are recognized.
Smith says the monument will also recognize Black politicians, educators, activists, and more from Madison that have left a legacy, something the center is focusing on while also looking toward the future. The monument is scheduled to break ground in late 2022 with doors opening in late 2023.
Okay, McKenna Alexander, looking forward to that. Thank you. 6:39, as we take a look outside this morning, we're keeping an eye on traffic. We'll let you know if there are any problems that'll slow down your morning commute, and look ahead to 2 chances of some snow.
And how you can support the families of fallen firefighters out of Mineral Point this weekend in Highland.
What you see is important. How you see is important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Right now, get 30% off lenses with the purchase of any frames.
Kyle Bush, welcome to Menards. What can I help you with today?
Well, I've got my shopping list right here. I need some green treated lumber. I need a brown Mastercraft door. I need red Clearview cabinets and some blue Dutch Boy paint.
Those are M&Ms.
And?
At Menards, we carry the world's best selection of home improvement products to help you complete your next project.
You've got more of these, right?
It's all gonna fit in your car?
I got a trunk.
Save big money at Menards.
Test rest a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid at Steinhoffel's, and you could win a 2-year lease for a 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250. Purchase a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid, and you'll get 2 free absolute relaxation pillows, $200 in Steinhoffel's cash, plus a $100 grocery reward card. And with Steinhoffel's 0% financing and free delivery, buying a Beauty Rest Black has never been easier. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. Meet new friends or reconnect with some old ones and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Step into the new with a new Chevy. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles. Plus, on select models, current Chevy owners get an additional $750 bonus cash. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Shop the President's Day sale at Grand Appliance for the area's best prices on top brands like GE and its family of premium appliance brands. Get their brand new 5.0 cubic foot top load profile washer with innovative antimicrobial technology for just $6.98. Or upgrade to GE's premium cafe line for precision performance, unique customizable designs, and up to $2,000 back on qualifying packages. Shop your local showroom or grandappliance.com today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
This is interesting. Virtual reality helping Wisconsin firefighters get the training they need. While it's not the real deal, it is providing some great opportunities still. Check it out. North Central Technical College putting on the training for firefighters and students in the Merrill area this week. It's meant to have a similar feel to reality, but without the pressure. Looks kind of real, doesn't it? A firefighter goes through the simulation, and when they finish, they can go back and get feedback.
You don't want to do this type of training out in the field as first responders are trying to make the scene safe and then trying to train others.
All right, so as we take a look here, the green line shows what they did right. The yellow shows what they did okay on. And the red are things they completely missed. This also teaches what protective equipment they need for each situation.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
All right, the family that is Southwest Wisconsin first responders is stepping up this weekend to honor some of their fallen brothers out of Mineral Point. You might remember Fire Captain Brian Bush and firefighter James Ludlum were killed while responding to another crash in mid-January. The fire truck they were in was turning into an emergency crossover just outside Mineral Point when it was hit by a semi. In the days and weeks since, area fire departments have stepped up to support their families. And now, folks out in my hometown of Highland are taking it a step further. They are hosting a chicken barbecue this weekend to raise money for these families. We asked Highland Fire Chief Kurt James about the why behind this effort.
It's a brotherhood, you know, and it isn't just a brotherhood within Highland, it's a brotherhood within every firefighter in the state of Wisconsin, you know, and nationwide as far as that goes.
Highlands EMS and fire departments will be doing the barbecuing. Greg Gorius of the Red Zone is hosting the whole thing, and the support doesn't stop there. Local shops like Mills Market in Montfort donated some of the sides. Quality Bakery out of Dodgeville donated the buns. Even UW Provisions out of Madison is helping out with the chicken. Now, here are the details of the event. It's this Sunday, February 20th at 11 a.m. at the Red Zone in Highland. 700 birds will be on. You can get half a chicken plus all the sides you need for 15 bucks. There will be a makeshift drive-through there. You can also pre-order your meal by calling the Red Zone ahead of time. We also want to ask any firefighters who might be coming, current or past folks, to wear their uniforms in honor of the 2 Mineral Point men. The event hoping to raise upwards of $15,000, every penny going back to these families.
It sounds like it's going to be a big event. A lot of people show up. The food might not last. You may want to show up early.
Oh, yeah. With that drive-through, you better believe people are going to be lined up well before 11. There's also a silent auction happening, a euchre tournament, meat paddles, and I'll be there if you want to come say hi.
Oh, she'd love to see you, I'm sure.
I would.
Did you say meat paddles?
Chris Reese, you heard that right.
What are meat paddles?
Yeah, Chris Reese asking about meat paddles over there.
Chris, you're going to have to show up and find out. Why don't you come on over?
I mean,
busy
maybe.
Sunday? Little drive, short drive to Highland to benefit these families.
I was going to say, it's really not that far of a drive considering I go to Milwaukee all the time.
Hey, I will buy your chicken if you come with me.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
I'm holding you to it.
This. Might have to just go together, Leah.
I love it.
All right, temperatures warmer than they were at this time yesterday. Headed out the door. I mean, warmer is an understatement. Some spots are almost 40 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago, and we're in the 40s right now. Temperatures hang out in the 40s for most of today. We'll top out around 45 after lunchtime. It's the steady decline. In fact, we're at 37 by the time we get you towards dinner time tonight. We're watching that storm system that's going to be impacting us later. That's spinning over Southern California and working its way towards our part of the country. But I'll tell you, the overall trend has been the far southern Wisconsin. That's where your best chance to see anything out of this is going to be. So here are our raindrops later on this afternoon. We're at 45. Dinner time back into the 30s. We'll see a couple of snowflakes overnight tonight, and then what you see on the map tomorrow, most of that falls into dry air and evaporates before making it to the ground. Snow chances are going to be best at the state line.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. Well, here's a happy end to a story we brought you last week. A Texas boy now reunited with his long-lost teddy bear that he left in Wisconsin. You remember this. The stuffed animal was left behind after Thanksgiving at Milwaukee's Mitchell International. 5-year-old Ezekiel here was tossing his teddy bear around and it got stuck in the rafters, and then someone found the teddy bear in January. The airport used social media to try to track down the owner, and it worked.
We were watching Survivor on a Tuesday night. We've been just getting into that show, and my wife was sitting there, and a friend of hers shared it via Facebook. It was just a fun story, and she was just on her phone, and then she just jumped up, and she said, she couldn't even speak. And I looked at him like, that's his bear, without even a doubt. And it just took off from there.
Isn't that amazing? Southwest Airlines flew the family from Dallas to Wisconsin, and then on Tuesday, Ezekiel got his special teddy to take back home.
We've been reporting on this for a couple of weeks now. Full circle moment. This is pretty cool.
It's so cool. Cute little kid there. And there is the teddy bear.
Little Zeke.
You remember it had that little insignia on it? It had the little patch that meant that the kid was had gone through open heart surgery.
Yes.
Or had some heart issues. So that little identifier, making a big difference. And everybody putting the social media out there, thanks if you retweeted any of that like we did, or you shared any of our stories on that, maybe you had a little something to do with that, so you can feel good about that this morning.
Nice reunion story. Well, hey, Broadway's Tony Award-winning Best Musical is back. Hairspray coming to the Overture Center. We want to give you a chance to win opening night tickets.
Go to our website, answer our question of the day. We're asking, do you think you're a good singer? No right or wrong answer. We just want you to chime in. Just go to channel3000.com/contests and put your answer in there, and you could win tickets to opening night.
All right, 6:49 now. Coming up in the morning sprint, we have all of this morning's top local headlines.
First, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can share their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Grass looks great, Zeus. Hey, could you maybe trim the hydrangea too?
Sure thing, Kevin. You want me to do the boxwoods as well?
No. Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Hey, Medusa, let's boogie.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-6947. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-6947.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Don't miss the Mad City Model Railroad Show and Sale, Alliant Energy Center.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with the governor's State of the State address given last night at the Capitol.
Under my plan, if you're a family of 4, you would receive $600 to help provide a little more wiggle room and hopefully a little less stress about making ends meet.
Much of the speech focused on how the governor plans to utilize Wisconsin's $3.8 billion budget surplus, the largest in state history, starting with a $150 check for every Wisconsinite. The governor says he will sign an executive order this morning calling a joint session of the legislature to go over the plan.
The Dane County District Attorney's Office has concluded no Madison police officers will face any criminal charges following the officer shooting on State Street last fall. According to the DA's review, when officers were trying to take a 19-year-old into custody, an officer pulled out a gun and fired a single round. A shell casing found at the scene. An officer then responded by firing one shot as well. That bullet hit another officer.
Quadrin Wilson is expected to be in court today for drug charges. Officials with the district attorney's office say Wilson has one drug case filed, another still under review. Law enforcement officials have shared few details about the events leading up to Wilson's arrest and shooting. 2 agents with the DOJ's Division of Criminal Investigation reportedly fired their guns during the incident. Those officers have not yet been identified.
Madison B-Cycle coming back next month, and they'll have more e-bikes than ever. The company added 9 stations last year. They plan to add another 8 by the time they return. 75 new bikes will be added to the fleet. Ride times are going up from 60 minutes to 90. Membership costs, though, are going up as well. Annual memberships are now going for $135 a year. Monthly memberships are $30. The bikes will be back on streets starting March 15th.
The Afghan refugee site at Fort McCoy now closing operations. The fort says the final refugees have left the facility. At one time, upwards of 13,000 lived there after the hectic evacuation from Afghanistan. By the end of January, 2,400 remained, the rest being resettled across the country. The final group left yesterday.
Britain's Prince Andrew has agreed to settle a sex abuse lawsuit filed by Virginia Giuffre. The 38-year-old says that she was a teenager when billionaire Jeffrey Epstein trafficked her to the British royal. In the brief one-page settlement, Giuffre agrees to dismiss her lawsuit if Prince Andrew makes a, quote, substantial donation to her charity in support of victims' rights.
The White House COVID-19 response team has a briefing this morning, and they'll likely field questions about their mask guidance. The CDC releasing a statement ahead of it, clarifying they do regularly review their guidance and will communicate any changes when they trust the science. Here in Dane County, the mask order will expire March 1st, regardless of the CDC's masking recommendations.
The family of Helena Hutchins, a cinematographer shot and killed on a New Mexico movie set last year, has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against actor Alec Baldwin and the film's producers and certain crew members. In October, on the set of the Western Rust, just outside of Santa Fe, a single live round fired by Baldwin hit and killed Hutchins and wounded the film's director. The gun was only supposed to be loaded with dummy rounds.
A jury has found the New York Times not liable in former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin's defamation lawsuit. The jury of 9 had deliberated since last Friday. They were not aware that during deliberations yesterday, the federal judge in the case ruled Palin's attorneys did not prove actual malice. He would have set aside their verdict had they found the Times liable.
Temperatures are 20 to 40 degrees warmer than they were 24 hours ago. We are hanging out in the 40s. We'll be into the mid-40s through lunch. Temperatures begin to slide into the evening. That is as a cold front moves on through. Here are your raindrops right around lunchtime today. We get towards dinner time. Check it out. We're at 37 at that point. Can't rule out a couple of snowflakes as the night begins to end. We're also tracking a chance for snow tomorrow. Most of that falls into dry air and evaporates.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. Stay tuned, folks. More local news and weather coming up in half an hour.